Hi everybody. So I pre-planned this collage a little bit and cut out some bits and pieces, and I'm just going to put this together as a base layer. The main thing we're going to do today, we're going to play with gold, and I wanted to put some encaustic wax over my collage because I've got a couple of supplies that are really fun and that work really well with the encaustic wax. Not that they won't work well with other things. I'm going to start though with my favorite gold pen, the Uniball Signo, and I'm just going to do some, see, favorite pen, almost out of ink. Do some gold scribbles. Oh my. And then maybe not. Oh, there we go. Most of this will get covered up anyhow, but I wanted an essence of gold a little bit in the background. There we go. We're going to add some more gold though too. You can barely see that. I'm going to little bit of pencil scribbles, and then I'm going to lay out a simple collage, and in a minute we'll get to the fun stuff. We'll put some wax and some gold on the top. So let me just glue down some elements. Not to cheat you out of anything, but I want to get to the fun stuff first, you know? So just pre-cut a few things so have an idea of where I'm going with this. Like I said, most of the gold will be covered up anyhow. Let me see if I can get that pen going though. I'd love to have a little bit of gold around my fish. There we go. I don't know if you can see, but this is a really fun, smooth gold pen. Add a little striped bass in there, because who doesn't need a fish head? All right, so this is phase one, collage with a little bit of gold pen, and I'm going to step over to my encaustic setup, heat up some wax, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, so I'm back, and I'm just going to put a couple of layers of clear encaustic medium, encaustic wax, over this little collage. When I'm working really small like this, I find it helpful to just put a drop of wax on my work surface to hold the collage in place. That'll peel off when I'm done, but when I'm putting strokes of wax over it, it'll help keep the whole thing from moving. So this is a little 5" by 5" on watercolor paper, and I'm just going to put some clear encaustic wax over it. I'm going to do a quick little fuse with my heat gun, so I apologize for the noise. I'm going to add one more layer of wax on top of that. I went left to right. Now I'm going top to bottom. The wax gets a little bit foggy, but it will clear up as it cures. And I'm going to let it cool just a bit too. I'm going to let it cool. I'm going to fuse it again. I'm going to do one more layer, and then I'm going to come back and add some gold. All right, I am back. I did decide to add a little bit of black encaustic wax here and some little drops of an off-white, just to add a little bit to the composition, but I decided to do that right after I turned off the camera. But what we're all here for today is the gold. And so I've got a couple of different products that I absolutely love for gold. First of all is pan pastels, and these are quite spendy. I've got a set of metallics, and this is one of the golds, and it is just luscious and creamy. I'm going to put it on with a makeup sponge, and I'm also going to tell you a little secret. If you have some gold eyeshadow, that is going to work just as well. So you don't need the fancy pan pastels. You can go grab all of the 70s and 80s colors of metallic eyeshadow and have just as much fun. So I'm going to get some of this on the makeup sponge and decide where I want to add my gold. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's really that simple. You can rub it in as much as you want. You can buff it off if you'd like. With the encaustic, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of heat just to make sure that it stays stuck to the wax, but it's really not a problem. So these are pan pastels, beautiful luscious gold, but feel free to use your eyeshadow. The other gold product that I love is called Deco Foil. These are little transfer sheets, and they are gold on one side and kind of a matte, shiny, a plain color on the back. These are a little bit counterintuitive, because if we want to put gold on something, we have the gold side facing up. Now, I'm going to put some gold lines and stuff in here. The tricky part is I've got to cover up what I'm doing, and I can't see what I'm doing when I'm applying the gold. You can use pretty much any kind of tool to apply the gold. I'm going to use the back end of a pencil, and I'm just going to go ahead and make one little mark along here just to give you an idea. The thicker your tool, the thicker your line. But that's a beautiful little line of gold sitting on top of the wax. I'm not sure if you see how shiny and shimmery it is. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to add a little bit more throughout the collage. And like I said, you have to kind of eyeball what area you want to go into. And oops, and I did it backwards. Gold facing you. So I'll go ahead and do that again. See, no harm, no foul. But you want the gold facing you, which always seems weird. And so I've got some more gold there. And then I'm going to add some line work. blindly. We'll see how this turns out. Oh, that's interesting. All right, see how much that shimmers when the light hits it? Just gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera. I'm going to trim the wax around here, and then I'll show you what the final piece ends up looking like. Just peeling up my wax here, but I do want to trim my edges where the wax went over. And that's gold. Again, the deco foil was the paper, gold side up when you're making your marks, pan pastels or eyeshadow. Apply with a little makeup sponge or your finger or a brush if you'd like. And my favorite gold pens are the Uniball Signo gel pens. I did that on the first layer, the layer of paper. So those are 3 different ways we can add gold to mixed media. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you don't have encaustic wax, you don't have to go out and do that just for this challenge. These tools, these supplies will work on regular collage. I just love the effect on the wax, and so I decided to pull out the wax here on this 90-degree day, and it's probably 87 degrees Fahrenheit in my studio today. Summer is here in South Texas, so I am sweating my face off, so that's why this one is kind of a quickie, but I've introduced you to my 3 favorite ways to add gold to a mixed media piece. Thanks.